Hey guys, I'm JD.
I'm Wes.
And today you are in the Slumber Yard, and rather than reviewing a bed, we actually have a brand new sleep accessory from Casper. This is their new glow light, and we're gonna try to unbox it for you today.
Now JD, it's what we think is the glow light. It could really be anything in that box, you know.
Seriously, it could be rats, it could be a live snake, but you won't know until we unbox the thing, right guys?
I sure hope it's none of those things. Here's some scissors, JD. Let's get that unboxing started.
Let's dig right into it, shall we?
Now, what do you think else could be in that box, JD, besides the glow light?
A lot of stuff was. It could be crickets, something to feed some sort of a reptile. Maybe it could be, you know, something from Amazon or something like that. But let's see.
You got quite the imagination.
Yeah, thank you, Wes. I always have. Oh, it is indeed the Casper glow light.
Casper glow light. Let's get that thing out of there.
Let's get it out of here, huh? Okay, so a box within a box. You know, something that you commonly see in packaging. Let's get it out of that other box.
It does have a nice, sleek design, you know, minimal packaging. You gotta like that.
Yeah, if I could ever get it out of here, though, huh? You give it a try.
Right.
Almost got it there.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. Okay. Dun, da, da, da. Big reveal. Look at that.
We've got a charger down here.
Nice. Oh, it's a lot lighter than I expected.
Oh, and we've got the
instructions.
We might need these.
I never read those, so that's good to have.
Well, you probably should start.
Yeah, someday. But yeah, it's a lot lighter than I expected. It looks like you can actually, so you're supposed to actually put it on either side of the platform, I think, and turn it over. I think that's what it says in the instructions based on what I read on their website. Why don't we plug it in and see how it works?
All right.
Hey guys, so it is clearly a couple days later, and to be frank with you, right when we plugged this thing in and put it on the charging station, it would not turn on. Okay, we tried to do a number of things, all the things that the manual tells you to do to basically get this thing to light up, but it would not. And so Casper says in their manual that it needs like 15 minutes or so on the charging dock to eventually turn on. We found that after 15 minutes, the light did not turn on still. So you might want to leave this thing overnight or maybe even a couple hours for it to actually work. But it's been a couple days now, so let's see if this thing actually turns on. Let's turn these lights off. Fingers crossed here, everybody. It looks like it's doing something already, but to turn it on, you apparently just flip it over. Oh, maybe that didn't work. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it is clearly working now, as you can see. And the Casper glow light is kind of interesting in that it's not like your average night light. If you actually want to adjust how bright or dim it is, all you got to do is just twist it while it is on that charging dock. You can actually control the brightness of it, which is actually kind of cool. Another thing about it is you would think that, oh man, I gotta keep this on here, but you can actually remove it as it's on and walk around. So say if you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you don't want to disturb your loved one or your significant other, you can just use this rather than turning on the lights and waking everybody up. So that's pretty cool. And you can actually integrate this with the Casper app to make it do all sorts of other stuff, like kind of an alarm feature where it kind of brightens up for a more peaceful wake up in the morning. But all that stuff is going to be covered by Wes, and I'm actually going to throw this thing over to him to review. So take it away, Wes.
Thanks, JD. Now, I've actually been using a similar Sunlamp alarm system for almost 2 years now, so I've got a pretty good baseline of what to expect from a product like the Casper glow light. But basically, spoilers before I get into all the details about this thing, it's pretty simple, convenient, and easy to use. Now let's talk specs and features. The first impression I had of this thing was that it's actually really light. Pun intended. No, it weighs almost nothing because all it is a light. And to turn it off, all you got to do is pretty much flip it upside down, then it's done. But to turn it back on, flip it up. And it even has a pretty cool brightness adjusting feature where you twist it and it gets brighter or darker depending on kind of the mood you're going for. And all the things that I was showing you can also be controlled inside of the app. So there's a companion Casper glow light app, and you can even link two glow lights together and make kind of a mood for your bedroom. Now, my favorite feature about the Casper glow light is its alarm system. I'll call it the Sunlamp alarm system because instead of using sound or music to wake you up, it pretty much just uses light. So when you're about 30 minutes away from your true wake up time, the light will turn on and be very dim. And then by the time it's time for you to actually wake up, it'll be at its full brightness. And hopefully by then you've actually woken up. For me, I've woken up before the light's gone off, kind of to see how dark it really starts at. And it does start at a really dim level, which is cool if you do want to gradually wake up with the light. Now, another cool feature about the glow light is it is portable. Apparently it's got a 7-hour battery, so maybe we'll have to give that a real test over here at the Slumber Yard and report back how long it actually does stay lit. But having a portable light is something cool if you don't want to turn on all your lights on your way to the bathroom, or maybe you're going to get a midnight snack, something like that. They actually have a feature where when the light is off, if you give it a little shake, it'll slightly turn on so you can get around your kitchen or your house, but it won't turn on fully so you won't wake up anyone. Now, the last major feature I would say is that the thing looks nice, it looks cool, it looks modern, it looks hip. So if it's your bedside light, it'll probably do a good job at, tying the room together. Now, in terms of price, this thing is up there. It costs you about $130 MSRP for one glow light. I think you can save like $10 if you decide to order the 2-pack. Now, for a light, $130 is getting up there in terms of, something that's pretty much just a light with some alarm features. But there might be a discount to save you some money if we do have one for the Casper glow light. It'll be linked down below in the description. And for what this thing does, we think it's pretty much a fair price point. Now, to compare these two lights I have sitting side by side, I paid about $25 on Amazon for this thing, and it definitely has a lot more features. It's got like a charging port, FM, AM radio. It's got a mood lighting setup. But, when comparing the two, I have to say that I actually like the Casper glow light a lot more. And with the Casper glow light, that Sunlamp alarm feature is really nice and gradual. It basically goes from completely off to fully on in the span of 30 minutes, but it doesn't do it all at once. See, this other light that I have, the light pretty much turns on in the first 5 minutes, and then in the last minute it plays like a noise, so you're kind of all over the place when you wake up. It's just a lot more abrupt when compared to the Casper glow light, and though this thing does have a ton more features and extra bells and whistles, I think of it as being a jack of all trades, master of none, whereas the Casper glow light is mastering that sun alarm feature, and having the companion Casper app also helps. Now, when you do jump into the Casper glow light app, you'll have to turn on your Bluetooth settings, and you can connect to any lights nearby. If you want to connect multiple lights, you can add those in. Now, on the bottom, there are basically 3 different options that you get to choose from. One is setting your alarm, and one thing that's also cool about the glow light is that you can set alarms for different days. So if you want to sleep in on the weekends, don't have an alarm set for those days, and the Casper light will not turn on. The rest of the app is pretty simple. You can fiddle with the settings, you can turn the brightness up or down, and you can turn the dimming timer up and down as well. That's something that I didn't really mention, but when it is time for bed, if you turn the light on, it'll naturally go into the dimming mode, so you can choose how long you want it to take to get completely dark. So I have it set to about 90 minutes. So if you're 90 minutes away from bedtime, you flip the light on, it'll slowly get dimmer. And then by the time it's off, you know that you got to put the phone down, turn that Netflix off. It's time for sleep. The app's pretty simple. The Casper glow light itself is pretty darn simple. But since it is portable, you can actually do a lot of things with it. You could light a photo shoot, you could work on your car, you could use it to read or write. Heck, you could go ghost hunting with it, you could use it for a short film, you could take it camping, you could look for stuff under your bed, you could light your room, and of course you could use that awesome Sunlamp feature that I talk so much about. Now, I personally am a big fan of the Casper glow light and that alarm system, but some people who might not be the biggest fan would be anyone who uses an eye mask to sleep. You're probably not going to be able to see through that to wake up. If you're super sensitive to light or not at all sensitive to light, the alarm system might not wake you up like you wanted it to. And if you're a heavy sleeper or someone who needs a noise to wake you up, the Casper glow light might not be right for you in terms of that alarm system, but you can always just use this thing as a light. But if you're an adventurous sleeper who wants to try a new way of waking up, give that alarm system a try. Now, before I talk about my final verdict, I do want to say some maybe wishlist items that if there is ever a version 2 of the Casper glow light I'd like to see. The first one would be some sort of color change. It'd be cool to control the color in the app. Also, some sort of speaker or noise thing would be cool to have that as an option. Maybe you can turn it on in the app if you like it. And the last thing would be waterproof. It'd be sick if this thing was waterproof. Ooh. Then I can finally use it on my diving expedition to find old Captain Blackbear's buried treasure. But all things considered, I'm a pretty big fan of the Casper glow light. I'm definitely going to be using it for my normal sleep setup, and I might even pick up a second one. But here's a final verdict if you still might be wondering what you need to know about this thing. Well, I would definitely consider picking up the Casper glow light if you want a bedside light that's really simple, convenient, and stylish. Or maybe you're someone who's tired of that traditional morning alarm system and you want to give a quality Sunlamp a try.
Dang, Wes, that review was lit.
Well, thanks, JD. If you enjoyed that video yourself, hit that thumbs up button or subscribe to the channel for more Slumber Yard content.
That's right. And if you need any more information about the Casper Glow Light, check down below in the description. We're going to try to link a bunch more helpful goodies about it down there for you.
And if you have any questions about this product or there's any other sleep accessories that you really want us to try and tell you about, write us down below in those comments. We'll try to get to them.
That's right. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm JD, sleep right, sleep tight.
And I'm Wes, wishing you a good night's sleep.